Welcome to the Hire Truckers Podcast, where we interview experts in driver recruiting. We provide industry insights, marketing trends, and motivation to help you level up your recruiting game. Welcome to the Hire Truckers Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Craddock, and today we're diving into a fun subject. So it's on AI, and so it's how AI is reshaping the driver recruiting and where smart fleets are investing now. So that's what we're diving in today. So we'll cover just different things we're leveraging as a team at Trucking Clicks and Hire Truckers, things I'm hearing just from recruiting directors around the country, different fleet executives I'm talking to, different technology companies in the space. Yeah, just sharing some of what I'm learning, what tools are working, is AI really important, things like that. So AI is changing everything, including how we recruit drivers. And it's happening faster than most fleets are ready for. This might be the biggest shift we've seen in driver recruitment in over a decade. And I really do believe that of all the things that we've seen just the last few years, like this is bigger. It just changes every facet of businesses and specifically truck driver recruitment. So today I'm going to walk through how AI is already reshaping the recruiting landscape. If you haven't noticed yet, it already is. And then where it's headed next. And how we're thinking about it at Trucking Clicks and Hire Truckers, and just inside our team, and just how you don't get left behind. That's what we want to make sure you guys, as recruiting directors around the country, just don't get left behind. And so the big picture, so why this matters right now, just recruiting is especially vulnerable to disruption. So let me say that again. So truck driver recruitment is especially vulnerable to disruption. And that's because it's high volume, number one, data-driven, number two, and time-sensitive, number three. So because you have all three of those elements, like AI is going to change the game with driver recruiting. And so fleets that adapt it now, like more quickly, I think it's a speed to adoption race right now. Literally every day counts. They're going to cut cost per hire, they're going to improve speed to hire, and they're going to build brand trust faster. And so I want to go into next, like three ways that AI is already changing driver recruiting. And so number one is smarter targeting. And so we've seen for several years now, like Google's had AI built into search and display marketing and different bidding algorithms and things like that. But it's just getting better just with direct AI products like Meta Advantage Plus, and then tools like copy.ai help with copy testing and audience testing. And so at the end of the day, better targeting equals better lead quality. And I think targeting is a piece of it, but I'm actually going to touch on something later that's even more powerful. So second, just faster lead response. And so I think everybody thinks about AI already in this context, but it's things like structurally ChatGPT-driven bots and tools like Drift are just helping recruiters follow up in seconds, not hours. And so how do we leverage the myriad of different tools and follow up more quickly in a more personalized way? And so right now we just see 24/7 qualification and leads being routed and followed up with in a very specific, individualized approach. And that's just reducing lead waste. And so at the end of the day, like if fleets can, follow up with drivers that are actually wanting to work there and consistently get back to them in a meaningful way, leveraging this technology, that's going to reduce waste and just provide efficiencies. And it's still, for many fleets, still a tough market in terms of profitability from different fleet owners I'm talking to. And I'm specifically talking mainly with just larger fleets around the country. And so every dollar that we can have in terms of efficiency, leveraging technology, and then also just focusing on the individual driver and giving them an incredible experience, it's just a win-win-win for everybody. And then lastly, one of the ones I'm most excited about that AI it's already changing things is on the content and branding at scale. And so this is, you can take one piece of long form content that's specific to your company, and then you can use tools like Descript to create shorts for it, as far as for organic marketing, same thing for ads. And we're just able to create higher quality, higher volume of very specific content. And then also, taking video and having it that like generate articles from the video, like reverse too. And that's one thing that just personal story that we're doing already in terms of like written content is we are taking just our podcasts and using different AI tools to generate specific articles from the podcast. And so it's not your generic AI content, and you can go to the Hire Truckers blog to see some of these articles that are just AI inspired and AI assisted. They're not completely AI generated. But yeah, we're just, how do you use AI as a tool to move faster and to create a higher quality content? And that's just on the organic side. And we offer that, some different variations of that for our fleets as well. And then also just video. And so I don't know if you guys have played around with Veo 3 or I think it's Runway Gen 3 now, just using text to video generation. We've all seen those selfie videos on X or your favorite platform. And yeah, it's just cool what you can generate now. Yesterday, I saw this Nike commercial that a guy came up with and generated completely. That one was using mainly Midjourney and then a little bit of Runway Gen 3. And so just creating things. Like right now, I can turn this into a baby talking to you guys. And that's just insane. And so there's the little, gimmicky viral things. But again, those can add value if deployed properly. And then, there's just the fact that previously a lot of those things would have cost, tens of thousands of dollars to produce the volume that people are churning out, if not more. And people are producing a higher quality more quickly, and it's only going to get better. And so if you haven't played with these tools yet, you need to be playing with them or rely on a partner like us to share different ideas and different things that are working.
Now let's take a minute to thank today's sponsor. Do you hire truck drivers in hard to fill areas, or do you need help creating efficiency in your recruiting department? You're not alone. With 50 plus years experience, Trucking Clicks specializes in data-driven strategies, industry-leading customer experience, and custom solutions that'll get you to your goal. Trucking Clicks is your go-to place for high-quality, direct leads at scale. Visit truckingclicks.com or call 512-982-0816 today.
Next, what's becoming outdated? And so manual lead review. And so just, getting in there and selecting, classifying things manually, just how can we continue to leverage AI better to improve that? Next is job board dependency with no funnel strategy. So just throwing your money at a job board, but not really being able to nurture the leads yourself. And now the next thing is waiting hours and days to contact your driver. That is no more. Why should we wait to follow up when we can have AI doing it while we sleep in a personalized way? And then old dated CRMs that don't connect and automate. Everything's going to have to be connected and automated. And there may be a lot of disruption in the software side of the space and different CRMs and ATSs that people are leveraging, just who can implement AI, connect things in a smart way. And then how do we bolt on different things and different set of systems and different tools in a way that really helps recruiting departments. So the industry is moving towards an always-on AI-assisted recruiting from first touch to hire. And it's creating a new level of efficiency and personalization that's never been here before. And so, again, that's where we're going. And if you're not testing these things, implementing, you're going to be left behind. Next, where we're investing. So a lot of people have asked, hey, Aaron, where are you investing as a team? What tools, what technology, what are you putting your focus on? And so first is just our AI tool stack. And so how do we integrate different CRMs with 10 Street and improve just lead automation and different applicant tracking system utilization just on from campaign to a full application. So really continuing to invest there and help the fleets we partner with. AI chat, it's something that's been around for a while. Just AI chatbots on landing pages and integrated with different job sites like hiretruckers.com. And we're just continuing to play with this and see it get better. Just how can AI help the full application process? If someone has questions about, starting with, do you hire in my zip code that we see where drivers just paste their zip code, all the way to more complex questions about the job. So how do we And it's cool that because we own like a lot of the job data is, posted on sites that we own, like we're able to use that to generate good responses like from the AI, like because it's all about what you inject that chatbot with and how you train it on specific fleet data. And so yeah, AI chat, we're investing in that, continue it. Some people want us testing different dialects. Some people want us testing. Really, we're just being as we have been since the beginning of starting Trucking Clicks and then launching HireTruckers.com. Like we're just led by what people are like, whether they're a client or not. They're like, hey, we have this problem, we have this pain point. We're just becoming known as a team that can take those problems or ideas and make them a reality. And so that's really what we want to do. I want you to come as a recruiting director, as a president of a company, and be like, hey, here's the specific challenge I'm having. How can we deploy AI or improve our overall marketing strategy and paid ads to reach that goal? And that goal may be fewer leads. That goal may be more hires. That goal may be better brand reputation. Hey, like these AI tools can help with all that. And it's just, how do you have them assist you, not replace you? And then, yeah, leveraging other tools like Zapier and Make.com to connect lead flows in real time. We're investing just in content systems. So how do we take, like I said earlier, long form video content and make that into short form, like viral clips? Or how do we make that into written posts for ads? Like, how do we take that messaging that's resonating? Like, how do we take driver reviews from a deep research case study and then implement those into a content strategy based on targeting different driver personas? And so I think it's going to be less audience centric. And I think that's going to matter less as these AI algorithms improve on where they put your ad. And I think it's going to be more message driven. So how is your message resonating with the right driver? And so we're implementing just ad testing and content and word messaging strategies more than we ever have. And that's just because we have the tools to do it now, and there's a proliferation of just more content. And so what's going to matter is better content. And so that's where we're investing and betting. And then next is just we're investing as a team in leadership development. And so we do a book club. I've mentioned it a few times on LinkedIn if you follow me there. The latest book that we did as a team is High Road Leadership. And so I had the pleasure of spending some time with John Maxwell last year, and he specifically challenged all the leaders in the room to have their teams read High Road Leadership. And just in such a divisive age, it's just cool if we apply those principles, how we can have differing opinions and lead in the midst of that, and just be curious about other perspectives when we don't have to all be divided. So I really enjoyed that. And how does the book club play into how we're investing as a team? Well, right now, like 3 out of the last 5 books that our team voted on as the next book club were all AI driven. And so I'm going to look it up real quick. But the current book we're doing is Super Agency, and that's by Reid Hoffman and Greg Beato. So I listened to it in the first week when we said we were going to discuss it. And then now I'm going back chapter by chapter. And then we meet weekly as a team and just switch every week who's leading the chapter. And so we'll have someone just facilitate a 30-minute conversation. And like I had the pleasure of leading this last week and facilitating that conversation with the team, and ask questions about where do you see the industry going. And honestly, that's what made me want to do this show today. As you guys have asked for some more solo episodes. So this is where I see it going. And so I think everybody has an emphasis on AI, right? So if you do what all your peers are doing, then that's just status quo, right? You're just average. And so we're thinking critically as a team, like, how do we do more faster? And with AI, and not just talk about it, implement it, test things, fail fast. And yeah, there's just a new tool to test every day. It's a little bit overwhelming. So now we're having to have AI summarize the AI videos to then give us different recommendations on what we should test. And so Yeah, so if you're not reading about AI and the newest AI books, I would encourage you to do that. It just reshapes how we think about work, teams, innovation in trucking. And this is an industry like truck driver recruitment marketing. AI is going to hit hard and fast. Like everything that we know today, gone, different. Everything's got to change. Otherwise, we're not doing our jobs. And so, how do we become the most valuable company in the space relative to AI? And that's where I think we just come alongside fleets, like, and we're becoming more and more known for just, hey, here's my problem, and then we're like, okay, well, here's how you improve that, leveraging these different tools, and then we also just enjoy hearing your ideas. Like a lot of the ideas we've gotten have come from our fleet partners or talking to different fleet executives, directors recruiting in the space. One thing that we did, I had heard deployed in a different industry, was these like $25,000 deep research marketing case studies. So previously this would have been $25,000 to outsource, but insights around driver segments, personas, what's the competitor's digital footprint, like what creatives are converting, what driver personas should you go after based on your competition and where you're hiring. And then anyway, so I was able to, or as a team, we were able to come up with a really good prompt for these deep research marketing case studies. And so we can do this for any fleet. So if you want one of these, just reach out to me, because we've done the hard work. And so, yeah, what it spits out is a 60-page or so deep dive marketing case study telling, like, here are the driver segments you should go on. Here are what your competitors are doing. Here is a 5-week content plan for you to go after this specific segment. Here's how you can update your paid ads. Here's where the different buckets I would loop your marketing dollars into. I would spend X amount of dollars on Facebook because this audience is here. I'd spend X amount of dollars here. Just different directional recommendations. And not only did I get that back faster, like we completed that in a day from inception, and now we can do it in a matter of minutes because we have those prompts. The quality of it is just insane. I think it looked at 90 different sources and pulled just driver reviews specifically. I was just amazed at how it pulled driver reviews from everywhere and just said, hey, here are the pain points. Here's how you overcome those. Here's the message you want to lead with. Here's where you're winning relative to your peers in this specific driver type. This stuff is just powerful. And again, if I can help you guys with any of that, just shoot me a DM, and I'm happy to do that for free, whether or not you're a client. And yeah, this is just a shift. It's not about saving time as much as just unlocking a new way of thinking. Like we have to rethink the way we show up to our jobs on a daily basis. Otherwise, we'll just get left behind. I like seasons of disruption just as a builder. And so I'm excited about this. And so what can you do as a head of a driver recruiting company? I mean, as a head of a fleet and as a director of recruiting, as a recruiter, anyone that's listening to this, and I know that that's kind of primarily our audience, is play around with the different tools. Like play around with ChatGPT, train it on everything that you know, like play around with Gemini and Grok and all the different AI and language models to just stay on the cutting edge. Just experiment with AI. And I would say daily, like just make it a daily habit. Like it's a daily habit for me. It's probably 20 different queries on a given day and projects I'm working on. And so next is just upgrade your system. Not everything has to be new, but it all has to be connected. So how do you, in a really smart way, connect the data and the systems? And then next is build your content muscle. And so we need to use short form content to tell stories and just start small with that and stay consistent. So those are 3 things: experiment with AI daily, upgrade your systems and connection of data, and then build your content muscle. And then some final thoughts is we're just now scratching the surface of what's possible. And so AI won't replace all recruiters, but recruiters and fleets that learn to use it will outperform those who don't. If this sparks some ideas, share this episode with other VPs of recruiting or fleet owners that you know. Shoot me a message if you want to talk about modernizing your recruitment strategy, or just tell me what tools you're using. Just our team loves hearing what other people are using and testing, and so please shoot that my way. And so, yeah, as an industry, let's not be stale. Let's keep innovating. Let's lead the change, and let's keep building systems that scale. Anyway, that's Aaron Craddock with the Hire Truckers podcast. I really appreciate you joining me today. If you enjoyed these solo episodes, just let me know. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today. Our goal with the Hire Truckers podcast is to provide industry insights, marketing trends, and motivation to level up your recruiting game. If we added value, take a few seconds to share this with your network. Have a great week.